right. In closing ceremony, we put the two 25 pounds of battery in the front here. We don't have any more excessive water except for 1 gallon for the trip home. We've moved the generator up as far as we can. So these are some of the little things we did to shift the weight, you know, from the back of the Jeep more to the front. And of course we do have 2 empty fuel cells. I'm not going to put the bike on yet. I might go for a little ride. That ride will be just a ride without the hydration and all that stuff. Just a ride. I'll probably go farther than I think. I hope I don't get a flat tire if I do. I'm just going with the thing. I'll hydrate before I leave too, pretty good. Maybe take a bottle of water if I do go. But we've got everything set up on the rig here. Everything is ready to go. We just got to throw the bike on and throw the fuel cells on, and that's it. Now we're going to take this dog for a little walk down to the. We got to kill some time because we don't want to get into town. It's 10:15 in the morning. We don't really want to leave until noon, and I'm going to eat a little something in Ely in about an hour or so, hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So anyways, I'm going to take a walk to the dock. We're killing some time here. Let's see how quick the dog figures this. Finally! He's usually on his A game. He knows that sound of that leash like a. Oh, another thing I wanted to add is I had the app, the Trailforce app on my phone all night, running in the background, and my phone battery was dead this morning. We're just gonna go for a little walk down to the pier. Like I said, we're pretty much. Then we're gonna go to the garbage cans. We're pretty much killing time right now. Trying to roll into town, not during rush hour traffic. Trail, come on, trail. Yeah, just taking a little walk. I'm not sure if I'm going to take a ride on the bike. I'm pretty much rode. I think I'm talking trash there. I'm pretty much rode out. And it is Memorial Day weekend. That's why this campground is getting filled up. However, the lady that I talked to yesterday, I asked her, I said, hey, is anything available? She said, no, everything's all filled up. But she's kind of like in a hurry. I'm sure my take on it is she gets paid by the hour and she's already off the clock, so she's trying to finish this up. Her commander-in-chief certainly takes advantage of the fact of overworking some of these people. Here's what the commander-in-chief did yesterday. Now, evidently, this tree is still alive. It looks dead, but the commander-in-chief put these things around it. That's the new boss here at this place. She's the boss. I guess the other person retired or moved on or whatever. Look at it, they got this protected. These fucking trees look dead to me, brother. I mean, look at this tree here that's protected. Look at that. That's protected. That's protected. And so is that, whatever that kind of tree that is, it's protected. Now there is some green on that tree, so I guess it will come back. But it looks dead, doesn't it? But in any case, there are availabilities. All I had to do was move across. I could have moved everything by foot to another spot because it's available tonight. But last night I was deciding, hemming and hawing, and I do want to go to work on Friday, and I do want to make some money. So, and the only way I can do that is by coming back on Thursday, because then it gives me a day to relax and get my shit together and then go to work. So we're going back today. It's fun. The next time I come here, I'll make reservations. You got to do it online. So you either make reservations or you show up here and you can rent one night at a time. You can, I don't like doing that. Okay, I gotta be careful here. I don't want my hat to blow in the water. Yeah, like I was saying, wow, look at these fucking dogs. Yeah, you either, boy, this is a good place to take a dive, swim off of this beast. But this water is ice fucking cold, brother. Not me, but people, it happens to people in below the dam in Lake Mojave and shit, on the Colorado River below the dam. People boat there and it's ice cold, and they're sitting out there in the hot sun all day drinking beer and overweight, eating shitty food, and then they dive in that water because they're heated up and they want it to cool off, and they get a fucking heart attack and never resurface. The shock of the water was too much for them to bear. Yeah, we're just gonna take a little walk. We've done this. I've walked this dog here quite a few times, here all the way to the other side too. A real long walk. Now, I don't think we're gonna take that long. Albeit, we'll go pretty good until we start running into too many fishermen people. Fishermen or fisherwomen, if you will. Yes, it's Memorial Day weekend, that's why it's gonna fill up here. But the blonde yesterday that I asked, hey, is there anything available? She's running, trying to put these reservation tags on the campsites because she's off the clock, okay? And the boss lady is taking advantage of the fact that she's off the clock and just saying, go put these tags on. And naturally she's going to do it because she got hired by this lady and she wants to keep her job. Very similar ladies, I might add. You'd think they were sisters. They're not, of course. Check this out. I'll tell you what, man, you could walk around this lake and bobbers like this are a dime a dozen. I'll save this one because it's so close to me. Get a drink, buddy. But yeah, bobbers are a dime a dozen, man. Especially on that far shore over here where I walked the dog yesterday. There's got to be 10, 12 of them out there. It's a beautiful lake, brother. Get yourself a drink, buddy. He's a good boy. We brushed him a little bit this morning. Get a drink. He's learning the ways of the wild. He loves this shit, bro. But yeah, I'm surprised I didn't run across fishermen. Huh. There's fishermen in my campground. Well, they must be way down on the other end, or maybe on the other side. Let me take a look here. We didn't go all the way on our hike last night, but it was a long fucking hike, brother. A couple of mallard ducks here. Did you know that mallard ducks, you got a male and a female here. The male is the colored one, and the female is the bland brown one. Did you know that mallards mate for life? So if their mate dies, they don't get another mate. There was a conservationist, environmentalist on Yellowstone, the series. I watched the series in about 6 weeks, I guess, all 5 years. And Peekaboo, whatever her name was, she was an environmentalist conservationist, and she's the one they were eating dinner, and they were having duck for dinner, the mallard duck, and she came out and said, because she's an environmentalist conservationist, Kevin Costner was fucking her on the show. It was like his girlfriend-ish. And she said, did you know that mallard ducks mate for life? And the cook said, well, if it make you feel any better, I got both of them. A little tadlet that I remember from the show Yellowstone. Landmine or Landman is also pretty good. I've watched that first, I think it's first season only? Yeah, one season. So when it comes out again, I'll be watching it again. The thing of it is, it's hard to, envision Billy Bob Thornton with that blonde, good-looking bitch in that show, I mean, I love Billy Bob Thornton, but he's 85 years old. And you're just not gonna perform like that when you're 85 years old and you smoke cigarettes. It's part of it. Part of his mystique in that show is you smoke cigarettes, and he does in real life. And I'm sure, to get hired for that position, the producer of that show, which is Taylor Sheridan, he probably said, hey, listen, man, we need you to smoke in the show. Is that okay? He's like, I got it. He said, I got this. He smokes a lot, man. He's about 80 years old, somewhere around there, 75, 80. And he's got a really hot looking babe doll in there. She's about 50, I guess. Good looking, well maintained girl. Blonde, hot as fuck. As soon as we kind of run into fishies, I'm trying to figure out where the fuck are all these people fishing? Did they go to town? We got fishermen around the corner here. Good boy. You had to go poo-poo, but don't do it you can do it out here on the trail. That's it. We'll make a left turn here. We're finally coming across some fishing men. But yeah, it was a good trip. You know, I might do another ride. You can see the trail up on the hillside here. That's the, man, it's good riding, bro. Good. And to be honest with you, man, both of the Overlook Trail, the climb up, this is the better way to go, even on the Twisted Pines Trail, is to go up this switchback, and then it's all fucking downhill. It's a fucking blast. And the same thing with the Overlook. You get to the top, and it's steep downhill. And then there's switchbacks, tight corner switchbacks you have to do when you go up. We'll go a little bit further. We're killing time. Okay, we're gonna have to go high, bud. You went poo-poo. Easy going pee-pee. Yeah, we shifted the weight forward in the Jeep, lowered our weight quite a bit. You know, we only have 1 gallon of water versus maybe 3 or 4. Yeah, a little further, come on. One gallon of water versus 3 or 4. We used to duck mallard hunt when I was a kid. We used to have cocker spaniels mostly that would retrieve our ducks for us. They would swim across the fucking ice cold water and come back with that duck. And they'd be as proud as a strutting runt buck when they got back. They wouldn't damage eat the duck or anything. They would pick it up real gently. We're done here, buddy. But it was sweet, man. You know, growing up in northern Michigan, we used to go fishing, early season fishing. And to get there, you'd have to take a snowmobile. To get to Bailey's Pond, you would take a snowmobile, and we're gonna stay on the water. No, we're gonna go back. You would take a snowmobile, and my old man had 2. You can pick better water drinking that. My old man had 2 Model T. I don't know what fucking old car hoods welded together, so it looked like a fucking boat. But it was actually 2 hoods off of a couple of old cars, and you know, he had somebody weld it together where it would not leak. Occasionally, he had to bring it in and get it spot welded. But he would tug that, we would pull that in to the pond because it was a good couple miles, and you can't drive the Jeep in there because it's still 4 feet of snow in some places. So you'd have to tug in the boat, which is 2 hoods welded together. Worked good. And we would fish out there, have hot coffee, hot soup, sandwiches. Boy, me and my old man, shit, when I think back, and all the times we went duck hunting and bird hunting, grouse hunting and duck hunting and goose hunting, oh my God, it was crazy, man. Inside of our Jeep that went real slow. You You know, didn't have very good heaters, but it's adequate. That's why I still have a Jeep today. The Jeep was infused in me. And, you know, I didn't have one for the longest time, but, you know, I had a Raptor truck. And decided, God damn it, hold on. I got my slides on, I got rocks in my shoe. But we had I had a Raptor truck, and then a couple years after I bought the Raptor, I bought a Jeep too. So I had both of them, which was pretty much unnecessary, but that's what happens when you have more dollars than cents. You really only need one of those things, either the truck or the Jeep. But you certainly don't need both of them, and both of them had very low mileage on them. So there's dog shit here from other dogs too, so. But it was great, man. Growing up in northern Michigan, man, it was a bomb. You know, I was lucky to have an old man that, you know, took me out fishing and hunting and, you know, fucking all that kind of shit, bro. A lot of fun. Need to get a drink? We're gonna stop right here. I'm gonna see if you want to get a drink. Get up there, get a drink. This is good looking water. There you go. More water. Get a drink. Let's go this way. I want you to get a drink so you don't have thirsty, so we're gonna walk to the Jeep. Yeah, when we get back to the Jeep, I'll probably load up. The only thing that can happen on this ride that I do right now is I can get hurt. I'm focused on going home, not we went for a pretty good walk here though. There's those two mallards again. Did you know that mallards mate for life? That's the only reason why I know that, is from the Yellowstone series.